Welcome, everyone, to our Strong Finish team calls. This is one of our last for the year, and y'all are in for such a treat today. We have a guest speaker, Loretta Wilkins, who I've gotten to know a little bit in a little project we had going on with some of the other leaders in our company. And she is just doing an amazing job leading her team, building her business. She's had a lot of exponential growth, especially in these last several months. You'll get to hear all about that. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about Loretta, and then we'll get started. So, Loretta is a native of Ohio, but relocated to North Carolina 13 years ago, where she lives with her husband Scott. 24 years ago, while searching for answers for health and nutrition for her family, Loretta began to understand the power and importance of plant-based nutrition and that food is medicine. She became so inspired. She sold her company in the business world to pursue her passion and purpose to inspire healthy living around the world. She's a certified personal trainer, a certified holistic nutritional coach, a certified John Maxwell speaker, and she's addressed hundreds of audiences with her message of health and hope. You've probably heard her in other settings giving her health talks. 15 years ago, Loretta became a national marketing director with the Juice Plus Company and has been nominated for four prestigious awards for her contributions to this mission. 9 years ago, Loretta was invited by the Juice Plus Company to become one of their Inspiring Healthy Living speakers, and that has been quite an honor for her considering she's the only non-medical professional in the group. So she loves serving and helping people become all that God created them to be and to live life to the full. So that helps you understand her heart a little bit. And so, Loretta, I would love to just ask you to share your story, your product and business story, for everyone to get to know you.
Well, it's great to be here today. Thank you for inviting me.
Mhm.
And, when I think of my story, I always think back to childhood, really. I mean, growing up, I had five brothers and sisters in a very small home, and we didn't live to eat. We ate to live. And we played outside and we climbed trees and we rode bikes and we jumped, what was that thing with the chalk? Hopscotch and jump rope and hula hoops. And it was just, a way different time, right? During college, I was an aerobic instructor as one of the ways I created income to put myself through school. And I had the big nutrition almanac. I had always been kind of at the forefront of that information, but I never really knew how I was going to turn that into a career or something that I could do full time until journeying through becoming a mom, working full time, and I really was searching for answers because two of my kids started having health challenges that I didn't understand and I wanted to fix. My son, my oldest, who's now 38, he lives in Roswell, Georgia. He is a lead nurse practitioner at Emory University and married to Mary and has one of my grandchildren, Hannah. He had severe allergies and they started at about age 6 and they were just getting worse. He was about 14 at the time and I was going back and forth, traditional medicine, shots, medication, antibiotics. And he was just getting sicker. Little did I understand gut health that I understand so well now. His autoimmune was just getting worse. And then Kristen, a big part of my life story is I was called to adoption. I adopted Kristen from a little teenage mommy, and she was 16 when she gave birth to Kristen, but during the pregnancy ate nothing but fast food, drank Coca-Cola, and ate ice cream. And so Kristen, I took her home when she was 72 hours old, but she had a lot of issues, eczema, rosacea, constipation, sleep disorder, learning struggles at school. She was 6. And then my Kaylee, she was kind of always a healthy one, but still, wanting to have good nutrition for my 3 kids. And so a perfect stranger at my church introduced me to Juice Plus. To this day, I've always felt like it was just an absolute gift from God because it was answer to prayers for me. Oh my gosh, a company was making a way to get more fresh raw fruits and vegetables and nutrition from plant foods in this easy, affordable form. And they had a product for children and a product to replace the junk cereals for breakfast, are complete. And I said yes immediately. I asked the girl who shared it with me, I want the best possible price. I was a single mom raising my three kids. And so that was important to me. But I had, before the project even came to me, I had shared it with my mom, my sister, my neighbor, a girlfriend, because somebody had just shared information with me. The information is what got me excited. Nothing that she said to me, but I had looked and listened to the information and I passed that same information out to people. And so before my product arrived, I had four other customers and I have never looked back. For me, it's restored energy, better mental clarity, better sleep. I went through 10 straight Cleveland, Ohio winters without being sick at all. I've never been sick enough to have to go to the doctors. I love the fact that I'm a get about grandmother of three now, and now my dream and my vision is to dance at my grandchildren's wedding, and so this is continuing to be just a cornerstone foundational nutrition for me every single day. But then watching two of my kids actually heal is why I'm here in front of you today to inspire you to share Juice Plus with the world. My son, it took 1 full year and we completely healed his gut and healed his allergies with the shakes and the nutrition and all of those prebiotics that were helping to restore him. He's never been back to a doctor's for anything, never been back on a pharmaceutical drug, and has no further allergies. My daughter, Kristen, it was kind of one by one. First of all, I started going to the bathroom every day. Yes, we solved most of the world's constipation problems. And I watched that, how that changed her, started to be more focused. Then it was her skin began to heal, her eczema, rosacea, started to sleep at night. Took about 8 months on Juice Plus, but I remember waking up thinking, this is the first time since I brought her home that she's not woken up 2 or 3 times in the night. And so I never looked back. I flew to Nashville, Tennessee. This is now, so I've been a partner and a customer for over 24 years. A year into it, I flew to Nashville, Tennessee by myself to check out the Juice Plus company. And it was there that I sat and cried for 3 straight days and realized I had found my people. I found my community. I found my future. I had always been praying for a purpose. I had just got done doing the Bible study, Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. And my purpose was being a mom for sure of my three incredible children. Adoption was part of my purpose, but I was working in the business arena. I was in a leadership role, and I knew leadership was also something that God had designed me for as one of the gifts that He had given me. But I still wasn't in my sweet spot. Has anybody ever been there? Like you just know you were designed to do something really special to help people. I have a psychology degree. I was going to be a social worker. And so this just really aligned with me. And I saw every day beautiful, amazing people, but just people that just had the same purpose, which was to help people get healthy, become national marketing directors. And I made a decision that that is the path that I wanted to choose. And so just here to tell you, it is a choice. I made a choice. I came home, burned all the boats. I actually sold the company I ran for 13 years and reinvented myself to be part of the Juice Plus community officially full time. It took me 5 years after that to build myself to the national marketing director position. That was 2008. And that was one of the most incredible moments of my life. I'll never forget standing on stage with my kids and just thinking, wow, God paved this way for me. And I became a work at home mom. I never had the privilege or the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom, but now I was there taking my kids, girls to the high school, in the mornings, and I was there when they came home from school. I'm not so sure how much they liked it, but I sure did. I remember putting an above the ground pool in the backyard and sitting on my lawn chair as I made phone calls and connected with team as my daughters had their girlfriends over to swim. And wow, I would go through the journey all over again just to create the flexibility and the freedom of choices that this has created for me and for my life. And then from there, it just kept getting better. I sold my personal training studio a year later in 2009 and did nothing. I haven't done nothing but be a national marketing director for this company ever since. I blew out a six-figure income quite a while ago, and last year I made more, saved more, and gave more than I ever dreamed possible. And it has just been truly a gift in my life in every way.
Wow. I didn't realize we became NMDs the same year.
I remember you being, it
Yeah.
was a big class. There were a lot of us.
Yes, that's right. That is so exciting. Wow, what a story you have. That is the first time I've heard your whole story.
Okay.
So there's so much to learn from your story. You said so many things that really teach us a lot. So thank you for that. And I love you made a choice and you burned the bridges.
Yes.
I love that you went to conference by yourself.
Yes. I
That's
had to borrow money for my sister. My mom bought my plane ticket. I had to recruit three different babysitters, but I found a way to get there. So I think, the other thing is we can make a future, we can make excuses. You really
yeah,
can't do both of
yeah.
them. And I got excited. Yep, I slept on the roll away pull out couch thing in a room and met four beautiful other women from the Juice Plus community. And I yeah, it was great. Great to
Okay,
spend
which
time there.
conference was that?
It
Where
was
were
in
was it
it was
San
in
Diego?
Nashville
Oh,
in
Nashville. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
2003.
Okay, so
I lose track of the years.
well, I love that. And I know that most recently, I had some other questions to ask you, but I think we ought to dig into the most fun and exciting thing that you recently shared about what your team and you have accomplished together over these last, well, since August. You have five new qualifiers, two of them are frontline, and one new sales coordinator. So you have to tell us all about that, how you attracted these new team members and just unfold it, unpack it for us so that we can learn and grow.
Well, first of all, great timing because a couple weeks ago I was contacted by the company and I've been asked to be the closing speaker for the Leadership Success event that will take place online for all of you to tune into if you're not going to be in Scottsdale January 10th. So you're going to want to make sure if you're Eastern time, I think it's 11 to 2. That is all that information is coming out. And so been able to do a lot of thinking. My husband Scott and I sat down and we brainstormed, what is it that, how have we, first of all, I need to go back a little bit. Number one is we never shut down in 2020. I rebelled
Mhm.
2020. I rebelled the minute I knew it was from fear. I knew that I would not sign up for it. And so our team jumped into action. We immediately moved to weekly Zoom events. We were doing health events online and outdoor events, anything that we could do to keep going as different states allowed more people to gather. In 2020, in the fall, we went to Kentucky and we were allowed 50 to gather. 50 of us showed up for a giant team event because there weren't conferences. By 2021, we gathered in Myrtle Beach where 100 were allowed to gather, and I had 92 people in attendance. So one is I've never slowed down. I also didn't allow the digital transformation to slow us down. I became a professional problem solver. Yes, it was a problem. Yes, it was a headache, but I didn't allow it to stop us. I figured out how to make carts. We figured out how to make partners. I watched someone on our team go from a brand new partner in October after digital transformation and in 6 months all the way to POB QSSC. So I saw that the possibility to still come in, she didn't know any different. So
Mhm.
I think not allowing problems to derail us too much either. That can just
Mhm.
take us out. And so we've never been out of the game. I think our consistency is what I would say sets us apart from anything is that we consistently show up. And then we have systems. We have tremendous systems in place. And one of the ways that we attract anywhere between 12 and 20 new partners on our team every single month is we have a system to start at the top of the elevator. So our system is we teach everybody on the team, you share Juice Plus, you give videos and information, you give lots of samples, whether you have to mail them, drop them off. We are very generous with samples. And from there, if they're interested, we do a live meetup, either one on one with them or on Zoom with a third person. The power of two to influence another is
Mhm.
exponential. So we do lots of calls together, all my leaders. We have our team bringing us people. And on those calls, we do a health interview. We find out about the journey of the person. We care. We listen. From there, we do a complete Juice Plus overview. We show all the products. We never go quoting price. We don't shoot out carts before we've had a chance to really know all that's going on with this person and share everything and help them make a good decision. And we immediately go to most people. We love using from the What to Say that I forget his name, that we got his book and he came to conference on exactly what to say. Is most people choose to partner with the Juice Plus company so they can get their entire family started on Juice Plus.
Mhm.
That's the most transformation that you can have, is when you take at least our essentials and shakes. And now we have the super biome that you may also want to incorporate. And it's been lately, you can get the free Luminate with your purchase. So we really show it all. So our little theme on our team is Partner Plus is all day long. Partner Plus is all day long. We make almost everyone a Partner Plus because we're going to get you and some family member started on most of the products. And then if they can't or don't, we will come down the ladder if needed to meet the need of somebody. Not every single person becomes a partner, but most do. Most have a stake in the game now. It's a lot easier to keep people that are receiving a little check back, start to have a great Juice Plus transformation, and then we service them very, very well. From Partner Plus, we're going to say celebrate that $100 they're receiving back, the 10%. We're going to be able to quote exactly how much money they're going to get back. And then we say, listen, let's hop on a call because now we want to show you all the options that are available to you. You now are partnered with a global health food company, and we would love to show you what the potential of that looks like. We don't ever just listen to, well, I don't want a business. I really just want to get the best possible price. We hear all that, but we also know that until they see the bigger vision, they're not going to make any other decisions. So we begin to invite them to our in-home events, our online events, and then we show them the stair steps. They're always going to get a welcome call with one of us, whoever they're under, of our national marketing directors, and we are going to show them the stair steps, and we're going to show them phase one. Would you like to make $75 back on that trio order? Because we like to get everyone to the highest possible percent of the 25%. I believe the magic in our compensation plan is the fact that you take people from one step at a time. They only need to say yes to the next step. You regroup, you stay glued at the hip with them. You're working with their memory jogger. You're helping them develop their story. You're only equipping them with a couple of videos. You don't have to overwhelm them with all the
Mhm.
boards and all the information. Give them some basic tools. We have everyone do 1 to 2 Zoom friends and family call and 1 to 2 in-home events to get them to QSC. In that process, we're going to be collecting customers. Someone's going to become a Partner Plus because of our system of starting at the top of the elevator, offering, that person just did Partner
Mhm.
Plus. So they can say, well, here's what we did is we partnered with the company. And just know that if 3 people partner plus, you got your QSC finish right there, or you're collecting a Partner Plus or two with a few other customers to accomplish that. From there, we're going to create vision about what it means to become PB qualifier, and we just move on from there. So we go through seasons where it's not as happening and popping as
Mhm.
much, but because of our relentless consistency of showing up to that process, it always comes back around to growth again. Last month, my volume was up by 25,000 and paycheck was way up. Building PB qualifiers is the magic in our system.
Wow. That is amazing. I have got 2 pages of notes already from what you said, and so great. So basically, the system that you just described is what y'all have used since 2020.
Yes.
Okay,
The power of making sure you meet up with someone
brilliant.
to show all the products. I just think we try to
Yeah,
help people make a decision too quickly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. So anybody that's a prospect, you encourage to have that meetup. to hear about all the products. And then is it ever difficult to get those people to come to meetings, or and kind of how do how do you invite them to those
Yeah,
meetings so
yeah.
that they can't
No,
say no?
that's a great question, and sometimes it's more difficult than others. And then
Yeah,
we have to step back and meet
yeah,
people where they're at. But our
yeah.
system is once someone has shown interest, that our team members know to be able to say, "Okay, I'll talk about my brand new partner, Mary."
Hmm.
Mary lives up in the mountains. Met her on Thanksgiving Day. She is
Hmm.
now a one little order away from Partner Plus. But I taught her. She was dealing with her friend Beth. She gave samples, she gave the videos, and then she said, "You know what? I really want you to meet the person who is
Hmm.
helping me." And she puts together a joint text message. Now, Beth, me, and Mary are on a little text. Mary says, "Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, Loretta, can't wait to introduce you to my friend Beth. She's really experiencing some health challenges and wants to make some changes. Beth, this is Loretta. She's the one that's inspired me to start on Juice Plus." I greet her. Now we've knocked down the first wall. We've met on text and
Yes.
we're chatting. And I say, "Hey, is it the best time during the day or the evening for you to be able to connect?" We use the word connect, not
Hmm.
Zoom,
Right.
never. And then we find out and we pick a time. I have a calendar link, so anyone that's bringing people to me to calls have a Calendly that we
Hmm.
can put on there. Makes it a little bit easier, but not every leader has to have that. It makes my life easier to do that.
Hmm.
We find a time, and then I say, "Listen, let's hop on my Zoom because I'm going to show you several visuals so that you can make a good decision for you and your family." I'm putting it right to them. No one's going to force you to do anything.
Hmm.
You are going to get educated and you're going to have all the information so you can be empowered
Hmm.
to make your decisions. And
Hmm.
then we get on Zoom. And
Hmm.
I have my own Juice Plus overview. Sharon, you're welcome to have it and share it
That'd be awesome.
if you
Yeah.
like it. Has some of the similar sides from the company, but I'm really into bright and vibrant. I believe,
Hmm.
considering we're purple, orange,
Hmm.
red, we're a bright colored fruits and vegetables company,
Hmm.
so I don't like
Hmm.
browns. So I mean, look, I always wear bright clothes. I mean, like, so anyhow, you guys can take, you can take my PowerPoint that Dr. Jan Roberto and I actually created that
Hmm.
together a couple years ago, and it just walks through the products. That's it. It's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
fancy,
yeah.
but I think it's
Perfect.
so important because once people see it, once they understand it, now they get it, and then they want
Hmm.
it, right? When
Hmm.
people fully understand what Juice Plus is, they want most of the products.
Yeah, yeah. I love what you're saying. So the people that are doing the Zooms, that third party, are your leaders. And is what do you consider your leadership? Like,
Well, I mean, qualified PB sales coordinators and above are pretty
okay,
typical to be
yep.
able to handle their own meetups, their own overviews. But I'll tell you what, my national marketing director, Emily Wicker, some of you may have known her if you went to the
Hmm.
Charleston Day of Impact. She presented last year, but she's amazing. But what she finds is that, even if she gets someone interested in Juice Plus, she'll bring them to calls with me because the power of the two of us inviting
Yeah,
to the mission together, she
yep.
knows it's going to be that much more impactful. We also know that maybe bringing them to a leader, like if she's talking to someone that's a little bit more seasoned, they're not a stay-at-home mom, like
Hmm.
she's a homeschooling mom. So, like depending on the
Yeah.
situation, I
Hmm.
bring people to calls with Karen Ewald still. I'm
Yeah.
going to want her to share her story and be a third-party validator
Hmm.
as well. So we're really into the third-party validation.
Yeah. I think that is so great. We're hearing a theme because we had Beth Leopold speak last month, and her big focus was three-way calls. So, hey, are y'all all hearing this theme here of
Yes.
three-way calls? I mean, yeah, and these are our, some of our very top leaders in the company who are all doing the same things. That is no surprise, right? But I love the verbiage and all that you're using. And when you get on the call with these people, you mentioned, are you kind of pulling out their health history?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
use
have a
the health
form you
search.
use for that,
Yeah,
or?
the health survey. I mean, we give the health survey right from
Hmm.
the Campbell team boards you can find. But I have to say that we're just so used to it now. It's just tell us about your wellness journey. Tell us about what kinds of challenges you're having right now. How is your sleep?
Hmm.
How is your,
Yep.
are you experiencing inflammation? Tell us about your gut health.
Yep.
And once you get people talking, you just have to stop and listen. They're going to dump their like the stories right now are so, I don't want to say tragic, but it hurts my heart sometimes
Yeah.
because we know so many of the answers, and these people have been down the path of all of the pharmaceutical drugs and the sickness and the disease, and they've got multiple autoimmune disorders, and we all know it comes back to healing their gut. So,
Hmm.
now we have all of that available to
Hmm.
help people, as well. So, yeah,
Yeah.
we have our work cut out for us, team. I mean,
We do.
we
We
do,
do.
and we need to really be at our A game. We need to get ourselves out of the equation. It's not about
Hmm.
rejecting of us. It's about us talking to enough people that we don't leave any stone uncovered as to who is ready to be helped because we know we can help people.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And then tell me a little bit more about if I understood you, as soon as you're helping them reach their P plus in the ways that you've just described, once they've reached the P plus, you then do a celebration call, and that's when you do the stair steps as well as the compensation level one.
Yep. Yep.
Perfect.
And then I,
Um,
I created, and I'm happy to share these with you as well, Sharon. I created three simple image on P plus, QSC, PB qualifier, and sales coordinator. Bright little image,
mhm,
brief. Because these new people don't need all these long, that's for the
exactly.
partner. That's confusing. We just know
Yeah,
here's the volume we need. You need one partner plus, and look it's a $400 bonus or 300 if we take 60 days. And it's in one little square that they can just read quickly. So that's what we text them so they have it simple because I
right.
think simple. I can't I need simple. So if I need simple, so does that brand new person need simple.
Yes. I would love those images. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
keep track of what I need to send you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will. I'm making a list.
Yeah, the other thing I feel like I can bring to the table for your team is I did go ahead and create a board with all of the watch parties that I have done. So, sugar shake off, master your metabolism, get your gut right. In case you want to do watch parties, I did one on aging with gusto, and then I have, Jan Roberto. I have, many different. I have one on brain health with Valerie Slade. And I'm going to encourage you, those in-home events, if you make them more value added, all you have to do is make some smoothies and energies bites or some soup and sourdough bread and invite people over. Plug it in on
Mm,
your TV. Now they're getting this value added plus all the Juice Plus information because we all of our calls we go over the Juice Plus products and where they fit
yeah.
into that topic. So that's been huge for my team as well. They create a watch party when I'm going to do a talk or it's recorded and they just get to show the talk.
I love that because our team is doing Story of Hope on different topics. And I think there have been some people who've done watch parties with those. So I love that. So you've created a board with all of the talks that you have done.
That I've done or that I've hosted from others.
Perfect. Perfect. Is that board available to look at? Is that
Yeah, no, I
something we could
share it with
see?
anybody that wants it. Like
Oh,
I share the board. You can save the board, and now you'll have
okay.
what it's called a
Wonderful.
watch party board, and then
Oh,
you
that's
can click on it.
great.
Some of them even give you a little image you can use, but
Yeah,
they're Vimeo recordings.
perfect. Um, wow. Loretta, this has been amazing. I know people have questions. And
Yeah,
so
I'm happy to.
what I'd like to do is go ahead and, unless there's anything else that you have thought of, honey, do you mind checking out because we're getting an echo because both of us are on
I
in the
think
same room.
if there's one thing I want to end on is
Yes.
remember right now is the time for you to carve out, even in the busiest of the season, maybe wait till Christmas is over, but between Christmas and New Year's, if we want to be intentional about this and our lives, you've got to pause and you've got to analyze what worked for me last year, what didn't
Mm,
work. Were the things that I were doing producing results? Are you tracking your
mhm,
results? Um, Contemplating where do you want your life to look like next year at this time. I'm huge into goal setting. I always have been, but
mhm,
I do the Wheel of Life by if you want to do the I love the Wheel of Life by Tony Robbins. You can Google that. It's just a wheel you print. You assess. You've got to do some
mhm,
assessment of yourself. Time to look in the mirror, take responsibility. Where did I fall short? Was I showing up?
mhm,
Was I fully committed or was I half-heartedly committed?
mhm.
Was I making, do I have some mindsets that are really holding me back? Maybe scarcity mindset, maybe fear of failure, fear of success. Um, what might be holding you back that you could begin to work on? And then plan your first quarter. You need to step into day one of January with your whole first quarter planned out. Events that you're going to host and have. Like I already booked my tickets to the Charleston Day of Impact. If you haven't gone to that and you're in driving distance, it's fantastic. It's going to be on Daniel Island on the beach, a hotel on the beach. Easy invitation because it's only I have sweet potatoes in my oven. My timer just went off. I multitask and I have to set timers or it can be a
I
disaster.
totally get it. Me
Oh my
too.
gosh. Yeah. So I would just say, be thinking about that too. Is that, I
Mhm,
already know I'm doing a tour of speaking for team in 3 different cities in Virginia in January. I'm going to
mhm.
Ohio and we're hosting a Super Saturday. What are you doing to go support your team? I mean, if
Yeah,
have wheels will
yeah,
travel. I go to my team all the
yeah,
time because I know if I show up, I'm going to bring the energy, I'm going to bring the vision, and we're going to have a great opportunity to continue to build the communities that I have
yeah,
opened up for this business,
yeah.
for this product.
Yeah, I love that, and I do the same with our community too. And not to mention just all the fun you have when you go and spend time with your team. It's
Yeah.
just, and getting to meet the people on the team that you've heard about from the leaders that you wouldn't otherwise have that type of relational connection with, that you do have when it's in person. So I love that. Okay, team, just take note, get your calendars out for for the beginning of the year. We'll take a look. So I love everything that you have shared. You have inspired us, you have challenged us, and you've given us incredible instruction too. And some things that we can put into place on our team that will be so helpful. So I am, and thank you for coming back to what you just said. That is so important that we all have that reflection time, and to look back long enough to um, make our moving forward intentionally and purposeful, doing the things, continuing to do the things that worked and letting go of the things that didn't work, whether it be the mindset or the heart set, the action steps, whatever it might be. So um, I love that challenge. And I am going to open it up for questions. I'm going to go ahead and turn the recording off, and then we'll open it up for questions. So hang tight. Thank you, Loretta. This was amazing.